Good morning, students. Today we are going to read about the chapter Rise of Socialism and Russian Revolution. It is our history second chapter. We have read about many things of this chapter which were related to conservatives, radicals, liberals, and socialism and we also read about many thinkers that how they brought socialism in Europe, what efforts were made by them, and let us see next in the history. Tsar Nicholas II ruled in Russia in 1914. Now we are talking about the Russian Empire in 1914 and especially economy and the society. The majority religion in Russia was Russian Orthodox Christianity. About 85% of Russian population earned their living from agriculture. Means total population, 85 of the population was engaged in agriculture. Especially setting up of many factories led to establishment of railway network, doubling of coal production, and the iron and steel output quadrupled. Workers were divided by their skills. The divisions showed themselves in dresses and manners too. Means workers were also divided by their skills. If they are having particular skill, there is particular training is required. This type of workers, they started to think themselves that they are more stronger than others. In countryside, peasants cultivated most of the land, but the nobility, the Orthodox Church, and the crown owned large properties, same as we read about the French society. Now, Russian Revolution beginning is there. Wherever we will read about the discrimination, partiality in any country with the people, there is revolution will be must. Let us see about the Russian Revolution. In Russia, the peasants wanted the lands of nobles to be given to them. They refused to pay the rents frequently and eventually murdered the landlords. The situation became worse now that peasants started to murder the landlords. Now you can imagine that what would be there if a peasant is doing such type of crime. All political parties were illegal in Russia before 1914. Some socialists thought that peasants, not the workers, would be the main force of revolution. In an incident known as Bloody Sunday. What was Bloody Sunday? This was the time when when the workers, they were very sufferer, and they went to the Tsar, and Father Gopan was there. He was leading this party, this group of people, this group of workers. And when they reached to the Tsar, and what did the Tsar? Tsar declared the attack on these people, and at the same time 100 workers were killed and 300 were wounded. This started a series of events that came to be known as Bloody Sunday or 1905 Revolution. Strikes took place all over the country, complaining about the lack of civil liberties. Now, in the First World War, the Tsar Nicholas II refused to discuss the matters with the main parties in the Duma. What was Duma? It was the parliamentary system which was known as Duma. The casualties of more than, means the deaths of more than 7 million soldiers, addition of 3 million refugees in Russia led to the discredit to the government and the Tsar. So big loss was there, and people started to think very bad about the Tsar's government. All the able-bodied laborers and workers led to the shutdown of small workshops producing essential commodities. By the winter of 1960s, riots means small fights at the bakeries for bread were common now. The railway lines started to disintegrate now. Here you can see the event of Bloody Sunday. As I have told you that Father Gopan led to peaceful march through the St. Petersburg to Tsar's Winter Palace. Workers wanted constitution, better conditions, unions. These were the demands of the workers. Thought Tsar was their friend and would protect them. Palace guards fired on workers, killing hundreds. So this event was known as Bloody Sunday, and this was the famous event of this history of Russia. Thank you. Next we will read in our next slides.